Greetings, Glitter Gang, and welcome back to Kathryn Scraps Live. This is one of the final parts of the Christmas in July project. We just finished the inserts for the first two of the green folders. So we have two left to do. We're going to do them in this video. And then when we come back tonight, we will just have the cover and possibly the inside of these. But what I'm thinking about doing for the inside of these is just reprinting these and doing 5x7 photo mats. And so we'll see. But one idea, the other thing is we could just do very neutral paper and just do 5x7 photo mats. But I am kind of thinking 5x7 photo mats. Okay, so this is the next one we're working on, which is the snowman one. So this might be a good one to use the car on the back. And then for the inside, let me see, or for the flap, I mean, not the inside. We may be using some scraps. Okay, let's look at our scraps. See if we have any snowmanish ones. Of course, we do have that. We have that. Well, I don't know that we, strictly speaking, have any very snowman type scraps. This is pretty cute, so that's a maybe. There's another Christmas tree. Oh, okay. I have two. Oh, here's a lantern. Let's use. Okay. All right. Okay. Idea. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Let me get these scraps back in their bag. Am I recording? I am recording. Okay. Da da da. All right. So, if we have this Christmas tree and we have this Christmas tree, they're the same Christmas tree, right? So what we can do is we can use it, right? Because we can cut the top from the top. Okay. Let me figure out how I want to say this. Okay. So we take this and we use it to cut the top of the Christmas tree. And then we make a note of where we started, and then we cut from that point down on this one. And that's what's on the bottom so that the Christmas tree is the right size. Okay? So what I'm going to do to just make it a little bit easier on myself is I'm going to cut to where I want to start with the, I haven't seen that. That does sound cute though, Melanie. Okay. So I've got the Christmas tree lined up on my mat, and now I've got the piece lined up on my mat. So I'm going to use my pencil to draw it, and then we'll cut it out. Okay. All right, so Okay. All right, so now this will go on the flap like so, right? So what we want to do, let me actually just stick this down because it's going to be a lot easier to do this if this is stuck down. Okay. All right, so we'll stick this down and then I'll talk about how to line up two pieces of paper like this because it's not hard, but there is a little bit of a trick to it. Okay, so let me just burnish and trim. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this down. And okay, now when you want to line things up like this, okay, when you bring it over here, all right, you want to line it up. See how the ball looks weird? So if I were to put, I'm going to cut this to the same height that I cut this other one, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay. When you put two things together like this, you have to kind of think about, you're going to be removing a section, right? So if I were to line these up actually perfectly with each other, they would be here, okay? So this is where they would be actually perfect with each other. But you see how the ball's not quite right? The ball doesn't look quite right. It's because you really need 1/8 of an inch to be missing for them to look right. So see how now the ball looks round? So we actually need to kind of come down a little bit from the actual exact right. We're a little bit lower than we were. All right, so that's where we need to trace. So that's what we want to be showing at the top, at the bottom of our flap, but that's not the top of our piece. So what I'm going to do is just kind of gently draw a line so that I know that's the top of the flap, or the bottom of the flap, but the bottom of the flap is here, right? So we just need to know how far up we need to cut from that. All right, so to cut properly, we need to cut, all right, so that's actually 1 inch down, but we want 1/8 of an inch around, so we need to cut 7/8 of an inch above that line, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line this up on my desk, and I'm gonna cut 7/8 of an inch above that line. So I'm gonna put the 7/8 inch line on my ruler. I'm gonna try and get as straight as I can using the lines on my desk, and then cut that off. And then I can erase this line here, and again, just gently. Okay. Now, all right. So now we need to come from here, we need to come down 4 1/4 inches. So I'm just going to put this on the 4 1/4 inch line on my desk. Okay. And then it's going to look like so. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, now that it's kind of in place here, I'm just going to flip it to the back and just trace the sides. So I know how to center it. Okay. Okay. So this should, when put into place, just look like a full tree. Ah! Perfect. Okay. Great. So, and when you trace it, it'll be 4 1/2 inches, and you need 4 1/4 because to have your border all the way around. So you cut 1/8 of an inch off either side when you trim it on the back. Okay, that turned out very cute. Okay. So now we just have to get everything stuck down. Just gonna, all right. And then this will go on the back. And I think I might want to have like the sparks raining down on it. So I'm gonna cut from the top my 6 1/4 inches. Well, let me cut my 4 1/4 off first. Okay. So then we'll have our tree. Yes, like the trees, not that this is not a tree, this is a car. But the car will be in like a sparkle rain or a sparkle shower. All right, so we'll just get this cut out and glued down. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. So that's what it's gonna look like, which is beautiful. That's beautiful. It looks like snow. Just, all right. All right. Time to glue. Oh, guess what I did? I let it sit on my desk, so now I gotta poke it free. All right, looking good. Okay, so now we just need to ink this, tape both of those, and then this insert is done as well. This show is the second half of the afternoon show from October 13th, 2022. If you're wondering where we are in time and space. So, all right. Okay. So we've got our beautiful tree. This is gonna look so gorgeous. All right. I just am putting a line of tape where the car is because that'll help hold it flat to the back. Sometimes when you use liquid glue, you can get a bow in your paper, and that's why I like to tape after I glue, so that once I see what changes the glue has made, I can use tape to correct those and everything can lay nice and flat. So I always say you can put tape over glue, but don't put glue over tape. And the reason why you don't want to put glue over tape is because, see that hump? If I had taped it first, stuck it down to the page, and then glued this on, it would have lifted that away. So that hump would be this direction, and the car would be like bubbled out from the piece. It's a small thing, but it can just help it look a little bit nicer and neater. Okay, that one's done. Into the pocket it goes. And then we're on to the last one, which is the tree, actually. Wow, I've done this thing with the ball twice. I've done this thing with the ball twice. Look, the tree does go down inside. So I printed this tree at least 4 times. So, yikes. Okay. All right, so last one. All right, what do we have left? We've got this. If we want to do something with that. Oh, we've got this lantern. Let's do something with this lantern. Okay. So the question is, all right, if we cut right to the top of the ring, we can probably squeeze this lantern in here. Okay, so before I cut that, this little cluster of things, I'm gonna cut them out so that we can move them and reuse them. So I'm gonna cut these are small enough that it would probably be better for me to do it with my knife, but I already started, so I'm just gonna continue. I'm not going to worry about this greenery. It's just like the pine cones and the presents and the things of that nature that I'm wanting to preserve. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to cut it down to 4 1/4. And then I'm just gonna think about a 2 1/8 is where I'm going to, is where my center is. So if I center the lantern, it's gonna cut very close. So I'm gonna half step, come out a half, not a half step, maybe just to there. Okay. And then I'm gonna flip it over and cut to 4 1/4. Take a look at it. Okay. Looking good. All right, so now this square is correct. So what I can do is I can glue this over it, you know, kind of however / wherever I want, so that I can have little hints of all of those items. Okay. So just come through and ink the top of this to help it blend. And then place it down where we want it. All right, so now that's glued in place. And then we'll just recut it basically. So we just recut it into that 4 1/4 inch square, and we'll have those little elements with us. Okay. You're so welcome. You only have to use half the magnets. It's great. Glad that it arrived safe and sound, Lorraine. But yeah, it's going to save a bunch of money because those caps are not expensive at all. All right, now look, they look like they were there the whole time, right? So very cute, very cute. Oh, I still need this because I got to ink the edges. All right, so now, why does this look too wide? I'm just can't. No, I don't know why it looks too wide. Who knows why it looks too wide? Can't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Don't know. All right, perfect. So we're going to stick this down now. But yeah, what Lorraine is talking about is I bought a bunch of they're called tin caps, tin roofing caps, and they used to be used in roofing, but they're being phased out and being replaced with plastic. So when they started to go out of stock in places like Lowe's and that, I bought a ton, as many as I could find. So I did buy several kilograms of these tin roofing caps. They're sold by weight. And so I am putting smaller bags so you don't have to buy huge quantities. They're in our shop. So if you're ever looking for those round metal pieces I use, one magnet and one metal piece, those are always in our shop. And we stocked up way up. So we should be able to offer them for a few years at least. And then I don't know what we're going to do after that. But we definitely at least have enough for a few years for ourselves and everybody else. So. All right, so now we just need to think about what's going to go right there. And I don't love what's left on this page. Maybe we'll find something else. Although I guess we do want it to be somewhat light because it is a lantern. Maybe I'll just use this section because it's got like a little bit of the sparkle, some words. We'll just use this corner. Okay. All right, so then let's see how we like that. Actually is cute, so we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and keep it. All right. Okay. So we'll go ahead and stick that down. And then we just have to figure out what we're going to do on the back, which is not too bad. Let's go look at our large bits and bobs and see if there's any that we haven't used yet that we might want to use. Santa's too tall, I think. Yeah, he's a little too tall. Okay, can't use Santa, but that's okay. Okay, what if we took this Santa head and stuck it in the top of this marshmallow. So that it's like, he's kind of like, but we'll make a slit so that he's stuck in the marshmallow. And then we could put, honestly, we might put this bow tie on him. Okay, and then maybe we'll have this little heart cookie just kind of chilling at the base, like so. Oh, do we need something for the other side? We'll put this anise. Okay, there, a little Santa treat pyramid. Okay. I'm just gonna trim this down a little bit just so that there's less paper. It's just a little easier to store that way. Okay. All right, that's a cute little scene. Now we just need something to put it on. All right. Okay. So, what are we going to use for our background? And I have like this one, and I have ooh, let's use the gold glitter. The gold is going to make that red pop. Okay. All right, so I'm going to cut this to 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Bless you. Bless you, buddy. Marshall sneezed. Achoo. Tiny sneeze for a tiny cat. All right. I think we're doing okay in our area because we thankfully did not have a direct hit. There are parts of Florida that it's just going to be years, probably. Like in the Fort Myers area, 2 of their barrier islands lost their bridges. I mean, those are huge restoration projects. Huge. So, you know, there's the destruction, the worst of it is about 75 miles south of me. And yeah, it's just going to be, it's going to be really like an ongoing long-term project. Because, and I mentioned this last week, but like people in flood zone E where, you know, you have to evacuate if the water gets above 37 feet, they did flood all the way through flood zone E. And that, again, that may not sound like a lot if you don't live in Florida. 37 feet above sea level is like not that whatever. But, you know, here where a lot of the states under sea level, that's just like a lot of water. Okay, so we want our slit to be like, let me make 2 dots for where I want the 2 points of the slit to be. So I'm going to make the 2 dots at the where, you know, Santa's coming in a little bit. But those the barrier islands in the Fort Myer area, Sanibel and Fort Pine, Pine Ridge, something like that. Something Pine. That's oof, yeah. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take to get those back to the way they were before, if they ever get back to the way they were before. I mean, I do know that they were like working with like the military to bring in temporary bridges or things like that, and you know, so okay. All right, so now let's see how he looks with his bow tie and whether or not we need the bow tie, but how cute is he? He's so cute. So luckily, I mean, our house is not back to normal. We still have some drywall that needs replacing and things like that. But so, you know, I guess we're not even back to normal yet. But, you know, we are living normal lives, you know. So are you waking up? You waking up and you're going to come see your friends? Well, I think we need the bow tie. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, hi. You a sleepy kitty? Oh, yeah, you a sleepy kitty. Yeah. Aw. I know they're happy you came by to say hello. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hi, sweetie. Oh. Is the microphone picking up his purr? Oh, thank you for the face rubs. Thank you for the face rubs. Don't bite them. They don't like it when you bite them, okay? He's so sleepy. Aw. Hi. Hi, buddy. All right, he's just going to sit on the arm of my chair so he can lean against my side because he's very, very sleepy. Right? What happened to Santa? He's like a lollipop, right? Hey, oh, look who's awake all of a sudden. Okay. Now, one thing we could do is raise Santa up a little bit. As high as the paper will allow so that we have more room for his bow tie. You want to play, but you're too tired? Is that it? Is that it? Okay. And then we can put this. Well, we might not even need this. I guess if we make it more towards the side, the heart has a spot. Let's cut out the anise. Oh, watch it, buddy. Watch it, buddy. You don't want to lose your whiskies. You don't want to lose your whiskies. Yeah, you want to keep your little whiskers. You need those. You need your whiskers. Marcel, we are on a deadline. We got to finish this album today. Yeah? Do you even care? Do you even care about deadlines? He's like, no, I don't. I do not care about deadlines. What do you think? Oh. All right. Ow! You, Marcel, you have one eye. We have been over this and over this and over this. You just ran into a scissor with your face. Marcel. Oh, he's attacking himself on the he sees himself on the monitor. Marcel. 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 There we go. He's like, yeah, what's a deadline? Does it taste like chicken? Because I only care about things that taste like chicken. He is such a confident cat. Scared of nothing. You're scared of nothing. Can I entice you with this? And then I'll just take this one. Thank you. Okay. All right. See? Yeah. You take that. That's yours now. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so I don't think we need the star anise. I think we just need the cookie. just this. Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll get this all stuck down, and then that'll finish this off. So tonight, in the first part of the show, we will quickly mat the insides, and then we'll work on the front cover. All right. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right. Excellent. Okay. So first, let's get this stuck down so that the front is finished, and then we'll talk about how I would assemble something on the back with like all of these different pieces, so that in the end it looks exactly the same way glued down that it did when I planned it. All right. Well, I'm glad Marcel stopped by for just at least a little bit, because he does enjoy Thursday desk time, paper stealing time. My guess is tonight he'll be more frisky because he'll be better rested, but we'll see. All right, so the front is now done. So when I have a bunch of little pieces like this that I want to arrange into like one thing, I like to start in the back. That's kind of where I want to start. So, hey bud, how you doing? Mm-hmm. Hi. Welcome back. I haven't seen any Penny the Talking Cat videos. Is it like an animated thing, or is Penny, is it like that the cat the woman taught to talk during the pandemic using the buttons on the floor? Hey kiddo. Okay. All right, I understand. I am looking at something that's not Marcel, right? Is that the problem? What did I tell you about biting them? What did I tell you about biting them? They don't want you to bite them. They don't like it. It hurts their ears. Stop it. Oh, Billy. Billy is the cat that learned how to talk during the pandemic. Hi. He's purring for you. Can you hear him purring for you? All right, so what I would want to do is, and if you've ever wondered why Marcel isn't locked out of the craft room while I'm doing the broadcast, it's because the craft room doesn't have a door, so there's no way to lock Marcel out. So he's just got to be here. You're giving them nice big purrs today, aren't you, Marcel? Yeah. Aw. Okay. Aw. Oh. Why are you so cute? Okay. All right, so once we have Santa situated exactly where we want him. All right, okay. Okay, you can have a hug. There you go. Okay, you can have a kiss too. Okay, thank you. You're a very sweet kitty. Okay, and then you flip it over, and so that they don't come apart while you're handling them, go ahead and use your liquid glue to glue these together. So you just kind of lift up Santa's little tab here. Are you helping? Are you helping? Are you a helping cat? This is not an awake cat. This cat is not totally awake. Okay. All right. And then you can gently peel the tape off the front. Actually, you can even put a little glue behind Santa's head here too. Okay. Okay. Then, once Santa's kind of stuck in place and you know he's not going to move around, you can just cover the whole thing in glue like it was one piece. Okay. And then you can get him into position. Okay. And then go ahead and all right. Then next we can place his bow. And we use that to hide our seam. Okay. And then all we have to do is stick down our heart where we want it. Okay. So that's perfect. Just gonna Marcel got dipped again, but he may not need to get dipped again. Since he's scratching between his last dip and this dip, he scratched a lot less, and the fur's coming back in his patches a little bit. So depending on how much itching he does in the next 5 days, he may not need to get dipped again, which is good because he does not He does not enjoy dips. Do you, buddy? No, don't like them. And then he'll be good to go. Once his ringworm is settled, that's his last little remnant from his life on the streets that needed to be dealt with. So once that's under control, he'll be in good shape. Yeah, he's back in his little crinkle tube, so he realized he's too sleepy to participate. All right. Well, how cute is Santa on the back there? Too cute. Now we have 2 gold ones in a row, so what I might do is just swap the position of a couple of them. So that, you know, they're not all quite in a row like that. And then, perfect. All right. Oh my goodness. We are almost done with the inside. So the progress that we made today. So this is what it looks like on the inside. So you've got room for 3 4x4s and 1 4x6. You can put another 4x6 on the back if you want to. You don't have to do this, you know, that's not, but that's up to you. Oh, I guess I don't need to open it because, you know, the inside is the same on all of them. Here's Marcel. Beautiful. So there we go. That's it. The book is, I did a 4-inch spine and we are bursting. We are bursting. So, but we're almost done. We're almost done. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay that we're bursting because we're almost done. All right. But you would think a 4-inch spine would be big enough, but no. No, it's not. No, it's not. All right. Okay, so when we come back tonight, we are going to start with the cover and the spine to make sure the cover and the spine are done in a way where there's no rushing or anything like that, and that we have plenty of time to execute those nicely. So we are going to start by binding this. That's where we're going to start, okay? And then with whatever time we have left, you know, we'll work on the insides of these, okay? So if we don't finish something tonight, it'll just be, you know, maybe we get 2 of the 4 done. We don't get all 4 of them done, in which case, you know, that's okay. That's okay, right? So, well, I always say that this is the like maximalist approach. You need to, you pick and choose, you edit, right? You don't put every single one of these inserts in. I just want it to look stuffed because that's what's visually appealing on the video, right? But like in reality, you know, you edit it to what you actually need for your photos and whatnot, because you know how much space you need, and that's so you don't have to do every single insert, etc., etc. All right. Okay. So I will be back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern USA time. For those of you who are overseas and are headed to dinner or headed to bed, have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. And I will see you next week. To everybody else, I'll be back at 9 p.m. Eastern USA time, which is 4 hours and 45 minutes from now. There is always a time zone converter in the link of every video on my YouTube channel, so you always know what time things are for you. But whatever time it is where you are now, just add 4 hours and 45 minutes, and that's when I'll be back. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.